It's hard to believe this is what we started with just a few minutes ago. Going from that to that. Oh, being silly. No. Hi. Go back. Hey, buddy. Spin. Good doggy. All right.
I'm not eating snacks.
Let's go for a walk.
You wanna go for a walk?
I think they want to go for the walk. They know exactly which car to come to. All right, now that the doggies and Megan are wore out, I can now begin working on the car for the day. So, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to the next stage in this build. So as of right now, these headlights are not Nori approved. They are dingy, they're ugly, and Nori just straight up doesn't like them. So, with her advice, we're gonna sand them, we're gonna clean them up, we're gonna get them looking just like these. So let me show you the way that I do it to get this old, nasty, crusty ass headlight looking fresh and minty like this one. So let's take these pups inside, grab some tools, take out them headlights.
Let's get to work.
All right, first thing we're going to need to do is get these old crusty ass headlights out of the car, which is really not that hard. It's going to be a 10 mil for the corner markers, 3 8 mils for the headlights on each side. It should come out probably a matter of a few seconds. That was easy enough. So hard part, let's get them out. Headlights are out, side markers are out. Let's see if we can beat this rain. So I'm not out here putting them back in the rain as usual. For some reason, it has been raining non-stop like the last 2 weeks. I'm tired of it.
Let's go.
These things are cloudy, hazy, very pitted. I mean, very pitted. Let me just listen to that. Okay, so the first thing we're going to need to do is take off all this old hardware, which is not that hard, just a few screws, a couple clips. For the sake of time, I've already powder coated new hardware chrome. These will look 1,000 times better than the old hardware that's currently in there. All right, the process to getting these headlights back to a minty crystal clear shape is we're going to use this Meguiars Headlight Restoration Kit. The kit pretty much consists of a few sandpapers and polishes, but what we're going to do is we're going to add a 1,000 grit start. We're going to move to 1,200 grit, and from there 2,000 grit, and top it off with a 3,000. Yes, you don't have to use that many different grits, but that's how I'm going to do it. It's how I've always done it, and I'm going to keep doing it. And then when we're done, use some Meguiars Plastics polish them up to that final shine, and then top them off with this headlight sealant. You will need the sealant at the end. You can skip this step, but you'll probably have the headlights start to fade back over in a week or two. Without the sealant or some kind of clear coat at the end, they're just going to fade back.
Let's do this.
All right, we're going to start with the driver's side headlight. I'm going to dump all this crap out of my bowl. I like working with hot water. I don't think you really need hot water. Cold water, doesn't matter. But for wet sanding, if I'm going to keep sticking my hand in the bucket, I'm going to make sure it's warm water. It'll be comfortable. Bucket for my sandpaper. Start off with 1,000 grit. All right, this next part might be a little bit scary for a lot of people, but trust me, it will be all right. Take sandpaper and just sand. That's all you gotta do. It's just sand and have confidence.
Confidence is key.
Confidence that you're gonna mess it up. Confidence that you're going to destroy really expensive headlights, and have a lot of confidence that they're going to sit in the garage on jack stands and never be a finished product for all of your life and eternity. You're always going to tell your friends about how this was the project, you know, you never got on the road. No, I'm just kidding. You got to have the confidence that you're going to actually do the right thing.
No jack stands queens here.
No, we're on jack stands. It's totally going to be on those jack stands. All right, so what you're seeing here, all of this is years and years of old just grit, grime, everything that's stuck in the clear coat. You basically got to sand off all that old crap, all the old layers of clear coat, grime, dirt, just sun bleached, everything, just absolute garbage. And yes, you should follow directions. Vertical, horizontal, vertical, horizontal. This headlight is very, very pitted and just disgusting. So on this 1,000 grit, I'm just going to go all over first, and then I'm going to follow my horizontal and vertical lines. So do be mindful and forgive. Please forgive. All right, that is going to be one row vertical. Now we're gonna sand horizontal. All right, 1000 grit sandpaper's done. Give it a nice wipe down. Apparently Nori does not approve of me wiping down the headlight. Yes.
Nope.
And she's gone. Basically, just make it easier on yourself. Take a second in between sandings and clean up your workstation.
Makes life easier.
Drop out this old water. Get some new water. And we did not beat the rain.
Nope.
Nope, but thankfully it's a really tiny cell and it'll pass before I'm done. So, next step, 1200 grit. Same thing as last time. Soak them, sand them, cry about your mess ups, and move on. Okay, well, 1200, here we go. Same thing. Horizontal, vertical. All right, that is about it for 1200 grit. Pretty much, once again, repeat the same process. Dump out your old water. Move to 2000 grit. Soak. And prep your surface and your table. The headlight is already starting to shine and look very clear, almost back to new, sort of, not really, but it's getting better. After this, there's one final step, and that's 3000 grit sandpaper. That's when it really looks scary. So hopefully you have a nice dark closet to hide in, cry in, come out, sit in the shower, cry in the shower, I don't care. But it's gonna be scary. It's gonna be really scary.
But for now, it looks good.
Getting there. Just about there. Final sand. 3000 grit. A nice foam hand pad to not leave burn marks. It's a very messy process. A lot of sandpaper. We went from this to this. It looks great, but it's far from finished. A little bit of plastics polish. We'll have it shining like new. Few nice dabs. That's probably too much, but oh well. The little crunchy thing off. And this is where the magic really comes in. To finish up these headlights, to make them crystal clear, minty fresh, and make those new LED headlights inside really shine over those old crusty things. And might I also mention real quick, so no accidents happen, this can burn the headlight. So don't stay in one spot for too long, and make sure you have polish, because if you put it dry too fast, too long in one spot, you will burn these headlights up. Also, it might not hurt to test on a small spot first to make sure your headlight actually accepts this very well. I've already done a few of these headlights. I already know that this will work. So let's continue on. Once you're finished polishing, take a nice microfiber cloth, give it a final rub down. And that is one beautiful, crisp, finished headlight. The last thing to do is put a little bit of sealant on it, keep it from fading back in the sun, but that's beautiful. You can see inside, you can actually see the projectors now. Let me show you the difference. Can't even see the projectors in this.
No.
It's hard to believe this is what we started with just a few minutes ago. Went from that to that. I followed this Meguiars kit. We have one headlight done. I've already pre-finished up the corner markers. All that's left to do is to sand and buff one more headlight before we can put these back in the car. But for the sake of time and YouTube magic, we're going to speed this one up. This big pile of mess resulted in some very fine looking headlights. The absolute last step is to apply some headlight sealant before we put it back on the car, and they should be good to go. It is advised maybe every 6 months to a year you just reapply some of this headlight sealant, and you can always buff it up again to keep it from starting to fade and corrode back. But just some regular maintenance, you should have some great looking headlights for a long time. Like that, all four have been coated. I'm going to let them sit for, I don't know, maybe 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Let the sealant harden up, I'm gonna give them one final buff down once it's hardened, and we'll throw them back in the car and see how they look. All right, we are not gonna be using this old junky hardware. I'm gonna take that out, sandblast it, repowder coat it chrome. I've already done just that with another set that I'm gonna throw on here. And the retaining buckets for the back of the headlights are gonna go on as well. So let's quickly knock that out, go throw this in the car. Shiny, new, clean. I will have to give a big shout out and thanks to my friend Matt for sending me these headlight retainer clips. He 3D printed these off of Thingiverse. The old gray ones that came on the cars back in '99, they like to dry rot, crack out. These new black ones look really good. They go great with that new chrome back finish, and everything just looks fresh, modern, and clean. Apparently, there's a rabbit outside, and Nori really wants that rabbit. Got some new stainless hardware to go with the chrome brackets. Can't use the old rusty hardware, so that's for sure.
So shiny.
Loosely put them in until everything's snugged up.
Quite a difference from there to there.
Just like that, after a few short hours of sanding and prepping, as long as you take your time, you too can have results like this. I mean, they look practically brand new for almost being 30 years old. Thanks for watching my video. If you have any questions about the steps that I took or the products that I used to get my headlights to the condition that they are now, drop them down in the comments below. If this video helped you out, please give it a like. Feel free to subscribe to catch what we're going to do to the vehicle next. We have a couple things planned, a car show on the way, and hopefully the parts for my VR4 will show up so I can finish the wide body and get that thing rolling. So, until next time, peace.